Good afternoon again. This is Italian Big News Radio. Today is April 28, 1945, and the war is almost over. We got top news in Mazzegra, the province of Como, between the border of Italy and Switzerland.
People shout out, "We have got a big head."
Mussolini tried to escape to Switzerland, but he was captured and executed by his supporters. Mussolini's and his helpers' dead bodies was hanged upside down on a pole at a gas station in the village.
We would be tracking back to Benito Mussolini, or Il Duce, the fascist dictator that leads to the political and social upheaval of Italy.
During 1902 to 1904 in Switzerland, Mussolini writes for socialist journals. In his articles and speeches, he talks about violent revolution, supporting Karl Marx, his ideas of communists. He calls for revolution at the time when revolutionary feeling was wide in the country. He was then thrown out from socialists because he viewed that Italy should join World War I. By 1919, he found a new ideology called fascism. It is a system where one leader has complete power over a nation, with a goal of making it completely independent of other nations. It is an example of totalitarian ideology. He said, "All within the state, nothing outside the state, nothing against the state."
In 1922, Mussolini took power over Italy by supporters called the Black Shirts, marching on Rome and threatens to take over the government. There are problems after World War I. There are 460,000 soldiers killed, heavy debt. Britain and France did not give Italy the land they promised. Alliance governments couldn't make decisions, and unemployment led to the unrest in cities. Supporters of Mussolini's idea includes industry, farmers, military, and church. These supporters accepted Mussolini's solution to their problems, to organize middle-class youth, control workers harshly, and set up a tough central government to restore law and order. King Vittorio Emanuele III of Italy allowed him to form a government and made him the prime minister. In 1927, he created the Organization for Vigilance and Repression of Anti-Fascism, his secret police force. Armed fascists prevent the police and army and causing property damage and killing about 2,000 political opponents. In the end of 1927, Mussolini becomes the dictator of Italy.
In 1930, an economic depression arrived in Italy. Mussolini wanted Italy to become a new Roman Empire. In 1935, he attacked African country, Abyssinia, to direct attention away from internal problems. In 1936, Mussolini signed an alliance with Adolf Hitler, the dictator of Germany. They began to attack Jewish people in Germany in 1938. The following year, he annexed the country of Albania. Italy was thrown out of League of Nations. At the end of 1930s, Mussolini was losing all his support within Italy. The outbreak of World War II left Mussolini worried that Hitler would withdraw the map of Europe without him. He decided to make war at any cost. In 1940, Mussolini sent Italy into World War II on the side of Axis countries. It is the alliance of Germany, Italy, and Japan. Italy is lagged in military equipment, pace of production, and power plants suffered defeats from Europe across the Mediterranean to the African continent. Italy lost the war in 1942. Mussolini's power collapsed 6 months later. He poorly attacked France and made little progress until France asked Germany to armistice.
Broken promises and fatally undermined by the bombing of Italy's cities, he was deposed and arrested on July the 25th, 1943.
The Fascist Party and the King Vittorio Emanuele III overthrew Mussolini and put him in jail.
Hitler set him free and made him the ruler of the Italian Social Republic puppet state.
Mussolini drove Italy deeper into invasion, occupation, and civil war during 1944 and 1945.
The end approached, but Mussolini struggled to survive. He was finally executed by a firing squad today.
Participation in the war.
This is Italian Big News Radio. Today is April 28, 1945. We will see you next time.